So after a great run to end the year, Wall Street has decided that suddenly SoFi is just complete trash and nobody wants anything to do with it. And despite all the flack that I took personally, I said this drop was coming for SoFi, just like we called the squeeze that sent SoFi on the rocket ship up at the end of the year. But these downgrades that SoFi just received this week do actually hurt us as shareholders, so we need to talk about it, and I'll let you know exactly where I see SoFi going in the near future. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype and not just having everything pumped to the moon and everything else like what was going on at the end of the year there. And speaking of the truth, I believe everybody can achieve financial freedom and retire early, so make sure you check out the pinned comment down there and check out my new channel where that's all we talk about. You want information about retiring early and becoming financially independent? That's the place to get it right there. And the biggest discount for my group in terms of percentage ever ends today. Today is the last day, guys, for the holiday sale. So make sure you check out the pinned comment. If you want to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time on all the stocks that I buy and sell, you want to see my watch list complete with price targets, you want to take 5 courses for free, be able to use our stock analyzer tool for free, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, which we have so much coming, guys, in the next year for this group. You really don't want to miss out. We're making announcements. We've been making announcements since last year of all the things coming this year, and there was even more announcements this year. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there, see if a membership's right for you, because when this sale ends, I'm not doing a sale for a long time, I promise. So I can almost guarantee the discount is not going to be as big as it is right now. So make sure you check out the pinned comment, see if a membership's right for you. All right, so here we are once again with SoFi. I mean, we called the rocket ship up. We knew it was coming. We knew that squeeze was coming. Our resident chart expert in our group basically shared that information with us, and I shared it right here with you guys. And that's exactly what happened. We rode the rocket ship right up, which I also told you guys that, hey, it's going to come back down. It's just a matter of time. Just be patient. Don't FOMO into the stock. It's going to come back down, which of course I got blasted for. A lot of you guys were coming at me with all the different bullish points around SoFi. Some of you guys were calling me a bear, or that I hated SoFi or whatever the case was. But regardless of all that, I agreed with every single bullish point you guys made. I agree completely, but I also know that's not how the stock market actually works, and that's not what Wall Street was going to do with the stock. So when I'm trying to look at that, when I'm looking at all those bullish points that you guys make, yeah, you're right, they're getting ready to turn profitable. Noto's crushing it. The management team is crushing it. They're growing like gangbusters. They're expanding further and further and further. Every single thing that you guys pointed out, I agree with completely. But because I understand exactly how Wall Street works, it's not me being bearish whenever I say, hey, it's going to come back down instead of going to the moon. It's me understanding exactly that dynamic in the stock market. The bottom line is, in terms of investing, bullish points mean virtually nothing in the investing world. And furthermore, all these catalysts, especially YouTube catalysts that people talk about, don't usually translate into actual catalysts in the share price for a stock that's at its stage, in its growth stage, that SoFi is at. Later on, might very well be a great catalyst. But in regards to being where SoFi is at right now, most of those are not actual catalysts to the stock price. And no, I knew nothing special. I had no magic chart or magic graph or magic anything else that told me any of that sort of stuff. This happens for 2 big reasons that we're going to talk about right now, and then we'll talk about the downgrades and what they actually mean for what the stock is going to do next over the course of the next few months. So the first is the stock is not profitable, so big money is not coming into this stock to keep it high. One of the reasons why you don't see large cap stocks move, and I'm not talking about Tesla here, it's its own little world in terms of movement. In general, a lot of those more safer stocks, or a stock like Apple or whatever the case is, the reason why you don't get huge moves up, down, rinse and repeat like we do with SoFi is because large institutional investors own the vast majority of Apple. And that's just simply not the case with SoFi yet. Yes, we're starting to see institutional buyers come in, but there's not near enough that are coming in to keep the price high and to keep it up above that $10 level right now. We just do not have enough of those type investors in the stock. And until we do, this sort of volatility is going to continue to happen to a stock like SoFi. And that's because of reason number 2, which is the traders 100% control SoFi stock. Look, whether we like it or not, whether we want to admit it or not, SoFi is 100% controlled by traders, and it's not necessarily a bad thing here. We'll talk about that here in just a minute, but it is the reality with the stock. Traders are controlling it 100%. Run up, like we saw at the end of this year, had absolutely zero to do with the institutions pouring in and everybody trying to get ahead of the profitability curve or anything else. but it had everything to do with traders seeing huge momentum coming into the market at the end of the year and taking a stock that they clearly control and trying to push it up as high as possible just so they could sell it off at the beginning of the year this year and make that trade happen on both sides. Traders control that stock, which means you need to expect trader games to get played with this stock. And that's a lot of what tells me and dictates to me what's going to happen with this stock over the course of time when it's trader controlled. And it's been trader controlled since basically it IPO'd. So for me, I made 19 buys in SOFI in between kind of the $4 and $6 range or so over the course of the past year and a half because of that exact dynamic. I knew no matter how far it got pushed up, it was coming back down into the $4 to $5 range. And so I was happy to just wait, be patient, and then, buy the stock as often as I could during those times. But until the stock is not trader controlled, we are going to see huge moves up and down in this stock. All right, so on to the downgrades here, and let's talk about specifically what do the downgrades actually reveal to us about SOFI stock? Well, first off, I think it's important for us to understand exactly what's going on with upgrades and downgrades from analysts. And to be perfectly honest, I could care less about any of that. Zero, zip, none. And here's the reason why. When you see analyst upgrades and downgrades, they're being told what to do. They're being told how to do it and why, because they're trying to grow in clients. They're trying to show that, hey, look, we chased this, we called that, we called this, we called that. They are not actual indications of what's going on with the company at all. As a matter of fact, most times, if you notice, the downgrades and the upgrades come after the moves have already started, after momentum's already going another way. Then they want to be able to point to clients and say, see, we told you this one was going to continue to trend further down, and it was already in a downtrend. You didn't call it ahead of time. You didn't get people in and out of the stock early. Same thing whenever it's going up. Oh, hey, look, we were sitting there telling you guys to buy. We had a buy rating on it, whatever the case is. They're constantly chasing momentum, and it has everything to do with the business, and it has absolutely zero to do, and I mean the business of the hedge funds there, not the business of SOFI. It has 100% to do with the business of the hedge funds and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish with their clients. And it has absolutely zero to do with SOFI and what's going on with SOFI as a company. You have to understand the business side of this from the hedge fund's perspective. But let me say this, you can glean some very, very critical information from this, despite the fact that it's completely biased and has absolutely nothing to do with the company. And that is because they're constantly chasing momentum. That tells me the momentum is probably going to be down coming into earnings this time around, which of course we know this is going to be the earnings where they're probably going to announce profitability. And in my opinion, it's just my opinion here, but what all this kind of put together tells me is Wall Street is setting this up to be treated almost exactly like Palantir did whenever they turned profitable just last year. So just to kind of recap what happened there and to kind of give us a picture as to what we might see coming into earnings, Palantir was beaten down. I kind of played the same game, same yo-yo game for more than a year there, got beaten down coming into earnings, bang, profitability, huge run up after that run, after it had surprise profitability, and then bang, it fell down once again. Oh, I don't remember what the drop was, but it was pretty massive because I was able to buy shares in the sevens during that time after they announced profitability before it finally got up over the $10 hump. And of course, we all know exactly where Palantir is now. They were able to basically maintain that $10 mark and march right on up all the way up almost to 20. Obviously, they're falling back down again. But the point being, they're safely well over $10 per share. But what that tells me coming into earnings is it's not a good sign coming into earnings at all for SOFI stock, unfortunately. The bleeding and the pain probably isn't over, and that's not a good thing. Or is it a good thing? So why exactly would this be a good thing for SOFI stock? The number one thing that matters most to a long-term buy and hold investor, and I mean, guys, you got to understand this concept. It's absolutely critical to investing. If you don't understand anything else I say, understand this one concept right here, and that is share count. And what I mean by that is would you much rather have an average of $5 and 1,000 shares? That's a pretty good average, right? Hey, you got 1,000 shares at $5. Or would you rather have 10,000 shares with an average of $8? Obviously, there's a massive difference there in share count, but let's say the stock runs to $30 one day. We'll say 3-5 years in the future, whatever number you want to put out there. The point being $30, $40, $50, whatever number you want to put out there, man, would you rather have 10,000 shares or 1,000 shares in a better average? I don't know about you, but I want more shares. And how do you get more shares when you don't just have unlimited money to pour into it? That's right. You need sustained long periods of time where stocks are beaten down disproportionately for no good reason, basically not buying the FOMO hype runs, but buying the down, oh, the stock's not going anywhere, Wall Street hates it, it's getting downgraded, Buying those times each and every single time is how you continue to add shares and how you get that share count up to a great level. We have members in our group right now that legitimately have been buying SoFi for almost 2 years now. And now they do have that 10,000 shares or whatever share count they wanted to get. And it's not one member, it's multiple members. And they didn't have a ton of money. They weren't coming in and making these giant, whale buys. They just consistently DCA'd when the price dipped over and over and over again. And my guess is because they love SoFi, because SoFi has executed so well over the past, almost 2 years now, they're going to continue to add and balloon that position even further if Wall Street wants to stay dumb. So, hey, earnings call comes. They want to beat it back down again despite being profitable. I know those members are going to be right there adding shares over and over and over again because long-term Wall Street can only do this so long before the traders no longer control the stock. The institutions come in and buy it and push it up and hold it steady at certain levels. And those members that continue to add and took advantage of these dips instead of getting upset or getting mad at Wall Street or getting mad at the downgrades or whatever, those right there are going to be the folks who are going to be very, very happy long term and are going to make a lot of money. And the biggest discount for my group in terms of percentage ever ends today. Today is the last day, guys, for the holiday sale. So make sure you check out the pinned comment if you want to take 5 courses for free. You want to use our stock analyzer tool completely for free. You want to be able to slide into my DM. If you want to see all my buy and sell alerts in real time on all the stocks that I buy and sell, you want to see my watch list complete with price targets, you want to take 5 courses for free, be able to use our stock analyzer tool for free, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there, which we have so much coming, guys, in the next year for this group. You really don't want to miss out. We're making announcements. We've been making announcements since last year of all the things coming this year, and there was even more announcements this year. So make sure you check out the pinned comment down there, see if a membership's right for you, because when this sale ends, I'm not doing a sale for a long time, I promise. So I can almost guarantee the discount is not going to be as big as it is right now. So make sure you check out the pinned comment, see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my new plan for 2024. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.